Trade Center?
Merge onto State Route 404 Spur North.
I have to do the trucking. I have to kind of navigate some of these routes. I'm like, what? I didn't know these places. It's like, yeah, truck drivers have they do a lot of skills to get to these places. Just merging here and there. No. Look at this overlook. High above. That's amazing. Hutchinson Island.
In about 15 miles, take a slight right turn to merge onto I-95 North.
Overlook, huh? Looks like Jacksonville too. Nice heights in the city, beautiful. Nice overlook, you see what side there?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Top of the world.
Stay in the left lane. Jasper County, that was quick. Okay, we're in South Carolina already. That was quick. Okay, state line is just passed. You know, that's a weird thing. I don't know if anybody thought about this like I do, right? I always look at the stuff like on the design on the map. I always thought growing up as a kid, the states, look at South Carolina. Welcome to South Carolina. I actually thought, you know, this is not the I-95 one. This is just the regular one, the corner of the side roads, you know, Speedway Boulevard, 17 North. I actually thought that the way the states were arranged or designed was actually like the design you see on the map and looking at the pattern. I thought that I was seeing like a line across, like a border. I was had as a kid. I always thought it like that, you know. It's just funny. It's just so interesting to see how it is. It's like I passed the state line already, and just right in another state. It's cute, nice. Let's see. You know, rush hours, we're getting the traffic here and there, so it's all good. Well, while we're here, while we're driving, let's have a little talk about something. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about life, okay? So, listener, viewer, just want to tell you today that you're awesome. You're awesome, you're great, you're wonderful, you're cool, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're well endowed, blessed by God, put here specifically for a purpose. Because you know something, a lot of people can't figure out where they are in life, what to do, who they are, what it should be, where they should be going. And you know, and then it comes to expectations versus realities. And you know, I always think about this. If I had a podcast or something, right, or I had something like a show where I have to talk to a camera or a mic, and I can't see somebody in a studio audience, someone facing me, what would I tell them? What would I tell someone who's listening who doesn't see? Like when I listen to stuff, shows like Alex Jones and stuff, shows and stuff, and they're talking into a mic, they can't see the audience anything, but they have to talk and have to make it relevant and, you know, relatable, as well as to convey a message and instruction across. And I'm saying, you know, I look at all these things, right? Look at videos made, songs, movies, all these things people do. And you say, for what purpose? Why do we do all the stuff we do? You know, I look at this, if we're like 1,000 feet up in the air looking down, would we look like little small dung beetles just carrying our load around with us and pushing it ahead and pushing it back and forth to see some of those cartoons? Because, you know, we put it there like a movie Ice Age, you know, we look at it and put it as a cartoon, and it's like, yeah, it's so funny, it's so comical, but it can be personified as if it's us for real, you know? So you say to yourself, what is the purpose of all these things you do? What is the purpose of 1,000 videos? The purpose of you know, of like driving to the furthest outreaches of the desert or of the end of the globe, all this stuff. Because
I have some reason. I have my own opinion about it, and I think it's nice that people actually are trying to do that. And I say, if you're gonna do it safely, you know, with armed if you can, if you need to, those areas, you know, look at the safety areas to make sure it's safe that you go to. I see people doing the van life. I see people doing the driving car, every you know, you name it, trucking all across, and it's nice that we all are kind of get more connected now. Because before, you know, we're just maps, or before just horse and buggy. You have to make it across, and by the time you get there, it's like, you know, how long it took? Day or 2 or 3 weeks, months, years. How long it took them to cross from the east to the west when the first colonies were formed and stuff? How did they get across? And then look how much they have to do and conquer. That's why I'm like, you know, I don't take it for granted. All this stuff we have here is not by accident. God specifically allowed me, you, and I to be born at a specific point in time, so that we can be able to live and endure and enjoy some things. Because if we're born, say 100 years ago, do you know how hard it would be to even have a vehicle or a car or a structure? I mean, just or a plane to be able to talk to you like this, communicate. Now we have it. It's so commonplace, right? The term commonplace is like, it's not like everybody has it. What, you have a phone? It's there. Everything is, come on, it's there. But I'm like, hey, don't take it for granted. Even in some countries, what's new now is like, it's still to be discovered in some parts. You know, and what's old is still coming here. So I'm like, hey, you know, don't take life for granted. Cherish the little bit that you have, and look at what you have and not what you don't have. I'm taking the same message to myself. You know, we always say, well, if I just had this and not that. Like I always say right now, if I had enough money, I'll do this. I don't have to be wanted for anything. I can just pay for what I need, pay for help, pay for service, pay for somebody to help us do the video editing, do the work, and do the stuff so I can focus on doing other projects. But it'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice again to one day just be able to sit down? You know, it's like I should call it story time with Uncle Joe, right? Same as before when you're doing the Bible videos. We'll do more of those too. Never know what you get, right? But I always like to mix it up because you might get stale. It's like, oh, this again. With us, you never know what you're gonna get. When it's gonna happen, when a video gonna drop, when a video gonna pop. So I keep it just spontaneous as it is. Like me driving down the road or us driving down the road and seeing like, oh, I didn't know this was here. I like the surprises. I like pleasant surprises. I don't want to fall off a ditch somewhere, right? Or in a ditch in a road somewhere there. But you say to yourself, it's like, we do all these things for what? Because we want to check off a box, you know, internal mechanisms in our mind where it says, hey, I went here. I went to 10 waterfalls. I saw 2 sunrises. I saw a gate. No, I didn't see that one. I didn't see the what's it called? When the lights in what's the lights in Alaska? The boreal lights. Lights up there, you know, lights by the North Pole and, you know,
The Northern Lights.
Northern Lights, all this stuff. Like, you know, what makes a complete life? What is it that fulfills you? I mean, what is it? You know, and then suppose we're living in a place or living in a time where we can't get to do all those things we may want to expect or hope to do. Doesn't mean life is not worth living. Doesn't mean that there's not no purpose to it. Doesn't mean that it's like, oh, what a waste. Are we gonna blame somebody? God? We're gonna blame yourself? Come on. So I'm hoping that people say, hey, no matter where I am, no matter where we are, I mean, yes, we're hopefully not locked up in some dungeon somewhere or locked up in some caste. Yes, get rid of this caste system. Get rid of all these different things that tell people you have to be a certain way. Get rid of all those things that tell people you have to be essential or non-essential. You work as a slave. I work as a master. You work as a servant. I'm the Lord in the house. No, get rid of all those titles and just everyone be equal. Okay? If you're born into an equality setting where everyone has equal resources, apportioned, and you know everything as God made everything for all of us, live and enjoy. If we don't have all the things we wish and hope for, you know, I said we can do the best we can and make do with what we have and work at what we have, especially with hope. And I say just keep asking God and keep praying to God and begging God, can I have this and this and that? Just the basics. As David, the prayer was, Lord, in Psalms, give me enough, Lord, please, you know, so that I won't beg, you know, and embarrass your name, passphrase, or not too much that I'll forget about you. So give me what is sufficient for me, Lord, please. Can I humbly ask you for this? And I would say, you know, and I forgot to do it when I left this morning. I'm so used to it, right? So I can take it for granted. Get in the car and just drive. I'm gonna go here and the other day, but I should say, Lord, can you help us on our route to drive to a safe location, to be safe and to be protected, and to other drivers as well. Help us to do what's right and pleasing in your sight. Help us to be kind and loving and just to help out and, you know, just to make sure to help the situation in life, not to make it worse. You know, kind of protect us, because you know, just tell you, when you step into a car or vehicle, you don't guarantee to make it back. I'm licking my lips like crazy because my lips are dry. I think I'm gonna be like parched and dehydrated somewhat, maybe. You know, so I need some Carmex in the trunk. Get that. But I'm just saying, look around us. What do you see around you? That side you may see some like mud piles, and the water looks like low tide on this side. The water's low. I think I came this route before when driving to New York the first time, but I didn't have the camera on. Other side is like very similar, but more of a dry like I'm just grass on the other side. The camera just says I can't turn my head to show you. But over there I look at it and I'm like, you know what it is? It may look like old marsh and dead thing, but it's like I see life and vitality there. What will it look like a few months from now? You know, when the water level rises, you know, I see the water slowly moving on the surface and there. But it's almost like life sometimes, right? It looks bleak and desolate, and there's like all this stuff around us. I see construction and spikes here, spikes here. I see like things that block things from running into the, you know, like a little mini kind of like a fence, you know, a plastic fence, and road signs. I see construction. Isn't that like our lives too? Aren't we all under construction still? I like that phrase. Said, you know, be patient with me. God's not finished with me yet. He really is not. And you look at stuff and you look at what you've been through in your life. Look at what I've been through in my life. And though I may not know you that personally directly, you may not know me like that as well. We're here. And if we're able to occupy a certain moment in time, a space in time, I think we ought to give God praise and thank Him for just having us alive and sparing our lives to be here to this point. Because one thing I want to talk about is that as we hear talk, you know, about by the time you're watching this video, this is in 2025. We're in the month of March. President Trump is in office, and you still hear stuff about wars, rumors of wars. We have recent bombings of the Houthi rebels, you know, I think by Yemen area or Syria, somewhere over there. I'm hearing some news. There's so much news coming forward. I don't know exactly where. Israel having strike again against Hamas and other stuff. And you say to yourself, the Bible did say that in the last days there'll be wars, rumors of wars. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, hateful, despiteful, proud, boasters, backbiters, scoffers. You know, people are loving to do evil inventions and taking pleasure in sin and not enjoying what God has given them. You know, changing the natural use of that which is, you know it. You read in Romans and read, you know, the New Testament, Old Testament. But you look at life and it's like, you can look at this, or you can look like what's coming up ahead in the sign. If you might see it when you're coming up. The sign is like a nice house, nicely put together and everything. So this Martian thing that looks like this right now could actually be converted into something else. Same thing as your life and my life. We may be something now. The question is what we can be later on. What are we destined to be? What will God have us to be? What should it be? Are we hoping? Are we ambitious? Are we loving to try? Are we willing to go out there and go adventure and stuff? Now we're making these videos here. I mean, to be honest with you, we're making these videos hoping that it'll be nice enough that it may pique your interest and you may increase the viewership, that you may like it. And I say, hey, I like what I see. This is cool. I like to see this thing. Show me more, show me more. Because here's the weird thing. I have so much I want to tell you. You know? And I feel like I talk to my brother and sister. I talk to you like that. I want to see the whole world. I want to see Russia. I want to see China. I want to see the Netherlands. I want to see Ireland. I want to see all these places. Will I ever get to see it all in my lifetime? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, unless I link up with Drubinski, right? Who made the videos where he's going around the whole world and seeing everything. Now he's doing videos of he going more localized in that again. I love to get a topical overview and see everything and then go back to it. But going to what I'm saying before about what we can and cannot do, expectation versus reality. I love to be able to go and see all the things out there. Have the time to enjoy it all. People say, well, I'll work when I'm young. Work. And then when I get older, I'll retire and then I'll go travel the world then. But then, when we retire, most times, 50, 60 plus, aches and pains, medical issues, medical things, bills, things, can't go too far away, gotta stay close to your doctor. It's like, now we got a ball and chain on the leg, we can't go, gotta come back. It's like a rubber band love, right? Gotta go back to my doctor, gotta come back to my doctor. I'm like, seriously? You know, it's like, I tell people, get out there and live, man. So when I see people live 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, 90, and they're getting out there and going, I'm like, go, enjoy yourself. Keep going. Life is to be lived. We're not to be stagnant and stay there. If our body doesn't move, it atrophies, gets weaker, the muscles get weaker, the blood circulation doesn't work as well. We get sick. If we're not in mobility and not movement, we get sick. That's why it's not good to be bedridden. Get out there and walk. Get out there and run. Get out there and exercise. Get out there and see. Get out there and climb, hike, bike. Do what you gotta do to exercise. Do what you gotta do to think. You can't, it's snowing outside, go clean some snow, go climb in the snow, go play in the snow. It's sandy around you, go walk to the water, go walk to the beach, go walk to the stuff. Those things, all those things that give you exercise. You have leaves around you, clean up the leaves. That gives you exercise. You're bending, you're twisting, you're turning. All these things. I believe God knew this in advance. He knew in advance that we needed to do all these things. We needed to take the time to slow down a bit, to stop at a moment to talk. Is that why I'm talking to you in this video now? I wasn't planning to talk to you in a video now like this. I was planning to just drive and watch the cars and the trucks go by, and then we're gonna get to the next destination and see what it is, and then it gets bright and it gets dark, and I plan to get surprises here. But I'm having a talk with you now because I think it's worth it. And by God's mercy, I'm like, I want to give you the best I can impart to you and nothing bad. I want to let you know that you do matter. You matter just the same as I do, and I love you the same as I believe you love me too. And I say people need to show more love for each other, and people who love each other need to get together more. The world needs more love in this world. It needs more bright lights, more shining lights, more salt. We want salt to give flavor. People need to be there to express their love and their joy for each other, and their love and joy to work together in collaboration and in communion. A strong community, raising families and children, godly offspring to give God praise and honor and glory. You know, while we're here going about commerce and doing our business here and there, traveling here and there, we also need to take a break sometimes. Take a Sabbath, take a Shabbat, take a break. 1 day in 7, take a break, rest. 7th day, God said the Sabbath. Exodus 20 verse 8. You know, so I'm saying, enjoy life. This looks like what the other side looked like before. Other side is like, seems to be the road, they're trying to expand it. So it seems like they're making the road expanded more. So a lot of construction and dirt on the other side. So I'll show you if I had an extra hand, but right now it's just my big head and the steering wheel. So I'm saying, look at what you have. Look at all that God has given us. It's not by accident, you know. And what more do we want? What more should we have? Is it better if it was perfect? If I had everything I had, if I wanted back then, I don't know if I'd be doing the same thing I'm doing right now. I'm doing what I'm doing right now because of circumstances and situations. Some beyond my control, some because we have to make some tough decisions at the last moment. We had to make a lot of decisions on the end when the whole COVID thing broke loose. You know, they're trying to fire all our employees and workers from the hospitals. We had to stop. We had to come out the hospital. So we had to leave our hospital in New York to go out there and try to find a new employment, new place, new life, new home, everything. We had to sell a house and move on and try to start over fresh. So all the stuff you see right now in the videos you're watching is us having to go and start over again from scratch. Life stopped, changed a bit. We had to go make adjustments. Do we stop? Do we stop living because we got dealt a bad hand? What about those who everything was taken from them? Some people were just about to retire and everything was taken from them. We were still working, you know. We have a lot of years, been there 14, 15 years plus in one area. Been to a lot of hospitals, been to a lot of places, had cars, vehicles, had family, everything. Everything had to come to a sudden, they say pause, but not stop it. You understand? So as you see happening with the store and the business and stuff right now, with the Mattiby store and everything we're doing, Mattiby, MATTIBY.com. I'm talking about, I'm also keeping my eye on the road because this is not like a pre-planned conversation, not a pre-planned dialogue. You know, I'm dialoguing with you, right? While they may be hearing you to the camera. What you say? I'm interacting with the road and everything else around me, and I gotta pay attention to keep my hands on the wheel, right? Keep my eyes on the road too. I'm saying, our life was not supposed to be like this. At least the way I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna grow up from the Caribbean. I had dreams of all-wheel drive vehicles and four-wheel drive vehicles and cars and trucks and stuff to just go out there and drive them one day and get bigger cars and motorcycles and bikes and stuff. Fly planes and go to big country of America. I don't know where I heard about America from in the Caribbean, but everyone thought everyone was telling us America is great. When you go there, your mom and dad will send for you and you go there. So we came to America by the grace of God. Our mom pretty much, dad, I don't know what he's doing. I don't even want to call him dad because he's kind of strange from us. Mom, we know. And for those who are in the same situation as us, our daddy is God. That's my daddy, Jesus Christ. We came here and we just had to live. We came and grew up in Brooklyn, New York. When they came around there's a time in the 80s. A lot of drugs and stuff in the area. People had the fat Gucci links and the chains and stuff, the gold, the gold fronts and the gold rings and the brass knuckles, all that stuff. They had a lot of stuff. They bought a lot of crime and violence. A lot of stuff was back then. And we lived by Grafton Street area, over there, East New York. It was really rundown and bad. I so disliked taking the trains and the stuff back then. All the trains, the number 3 train, on the stuff with all the graffiti and stuff in it, on the train, the old trains, and the trains had to get changed over. We used to go to Utica Avenue, and get the 4 train, and the number 5 train, and then I think they had a 5 from there too. And then you go across and meet the Franklin Avenue, then Atlantic Avenue, and so on. For those of you who like, what's he talking about? When you see these videos, I talk about life in general. Remember, the videos called I and I Keeping It Real. We also have different projects and stuff we're doing in the store that kind of link to it. All this stuff, everything ties together. Whether it's the lawn mowing and the lawn care, the driving, the pressure washing, the trips, the visits, the little speech, the Bible readings, the sermons, everything else, all of it fits together. That's who we are. I'm not the one person that can walk out paper to say this is side and no. I got so many different dimensions to myself. I'm like,
Only God can know what it is, and give God the praise. I don't know what I can possibly do yet still, but I know I want to do more stuff. I want you to do more stuff too. By His mercies. I want to do good things, to help people. I want to be able to be successful, to be able to earn more, to have a good living. I can actually pay my bills, pay down, so I don't have to be dipping so much into doing, like say, you don't want to put out more than you're gaining in. I want to gain more than I'm putting out, right? Take that, reinvest it back into the business to help other people to work and to employ other people as well, or to work alongside each other so we can do more and expand more to help more. Because more good people need to work together and to get together, need to network and collaborate. We need to work together, help each other, trade with each other. That's why I love to see when the countries are trading, in goods and trading in textiles, like they're selling garments and the food. We're eating food from Brazil and in China and Mexico and all these places. We're buying and wearing jackets made in Vietnam and Indonesia. You're doing stuff here and there. We're doing all these wonderful things. I'm like, I love to see that. Buying pieces for cars and things like, construction vehicle stuff, parts from different states, different countries. I love that. Right? Because everybody has different skills. Like I see Trump was saying recently that and investors coming in to help to do shipbuilding, to build these things. I think maybe to help with aircraft carriers and other shipping vessels and stuff. Yes, invest in a country. We need to invest more in this infrastructure for America. That's why you're seeing some of these videos and stuff coming out now bigging up America, as well as the designs on the shirts and stuff to big up America. We want America to become strong and powerful and industrious and as wonderful as I envisioned it growing up as a kid. Will it be? Can it be? I hope so, because America also has a certain destiny to fulfill according to prophetic things, which says America was like a lamb-like beast, rising up out of the barren land where not much people, right? Back in around the 1798 time, right? When it was declared independent, not independence, but 1776, but declared to be recognized by, say, France and other groups on the international stage. And America rose from very humble beginnings, very lamb-like, very kind. Remember, lamb-like don't mean it's a lamb. But then it can also, is destined to, what prophetically said, to become speaking as a dragon. It's going to be speaking more forceful and strong. How does a nation speak? Through its legislative assembly, through its executive orders, through its policies and laws. I say this to say that, growing up, we always heard about America. Beautiful land of the free, land of the brave, home of the brave. This beautiful land, which has prosperity and gifts of galore, also has a dark side. Which country sells the most weapons and armaments around the world? Which one sells the most? Where does most crime and violence happen? Including trafficking and stuff like that, and stuff that happening. Same place. Such good qualities and then such questionable qualities on the other side. We sell trading and bombs and bullets and stuff. Which country had a civil war over slavery, to enslave another human being, to be someone as a slave and working until death? Other countries did it too, but here it was done. Had a civil war. People's blood was spilled. People died. People died trying to keep other people as slaves. And people died trying to help free other people from slaves. You see the dichotomy? You see the difference? Such a difference of personality. The country has such potential, and yet it has such scary potential at the same time. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful and beautiful this country is, yet it has such fearful potential it can do. What about the bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The world changed after that. What about Pearl Harbor? What all this stuff happened? All the different stuff. When I see some of these battleships and all this stuff that people and they have there, I'm like, Lord, look what we can do. Look at the technology. Look at this with the phones. There's no wire attached to it. You don't have no big camera and everything hanging on it, but it's there. They have even smaller stuff that can record stuff now too. On there, I'm like, wow. Look at the potential and the capacity for what we can do. So I'm saying, whew, it is absolutely amazing. And I'm even alive to talk to you today to do this and to do this. I could have been in World War I and II. What about Civil War? What about you? Why are you here now? Why are you born? Why are you even around right now? Would it be if you were not here? What about if you and I were aborted? I'm gonna tap into that too. Here's something. And this is what I always say. This always gets very sad. I hear people say it's sad when they see tragedy happens. War breaks out, car crash, fire, disaster, plane crash, train crash, electrocution, attacks, bomb, killers, murders. All this stuff is horrendous. We sad about the end of the war, of Israel and Hamas, Ukraine, Russia, all the stuff happening there. Remember the Iraq war, all this stuff back then, the war, the bombings. We talk about countries like North Korea and all these countries are bad and all this stuff what they do. Talk about what happened. But then I'm like, what about? So let me ask this: we're upset because
life is potentially at risk and could be lost, including with nuclear weapons and other stuff. We're upset that those things can happen. What about those people that are being aborted? What about that life? What about those lives? So how can we then say we have such a unction to try to preserve life? We want freedom. I see them protesting, for Palestine and they want to free Palestine or Israel. They're going back and forth, and everything is anti-Semitic and here and there. I don't know what's going on there. Because they say it's like everything anti-Semitic. I'm like, like everything people say everything is racist. They use it so much, and I don't know if it's true anymore what they're saying, but I know there's crime and cruelty happens to a lot of people that shouldn't happen to them at all. But here's the thing I'm saying. What happens when a baby's lost in the womb? Now, if one, it's like, okay. Two, okay, not saying okay like it's good, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many children are aborted worldwide around this nation? Well, state, nation, world, everything. How many people are losing their lives daily? And for what purpose? We don't like wars and violence, right? We don't like crime and stuff. We don't like people breaking into our homes and all that stuff, right? Because we want to protect yourself with a weapon and stuff to protect yourself. Nobody breaking and taking your house. What about somebody breaking into the woman, killing a baby and grinding it up and grinding it and suffocating or choking, killing it? What about those things? Are we that appalled to see life lost in abortions? No. But people saying, I want to take the high road. I want to go attack abortion clinic, abortion doctors, and burn the place down and do this stuff. That's not right. That's not right either. If you do that, and then you dishonor God. So how can we then be, I remember God said, be ye, well, first be ye not unequally yoked, including with bad spirits in us. Don't get yoked with bad spirits that will make us lead us astray from God, and that will make us go there and harm our fellow brothers and sisters. Let's be married to Christ, who loves us. Be married to Christ who loves us, who cares about us. What about those lives that are lost? How can we then say we stand for anything else? You want to get lower wages, you want to get lower food prices, you want to get better conditions for a home, better conditions for school, better conditions for you want to have a nice wife, nice husband, you want to have good children, you want to have all the good stuff. Yeah. We want to have all this good stuff now, all our life. But what are we doing about the lives being taken every day? To me, if we cannot stand for life in its most delicate and infant form, including when they're elderly and can't take care of themselves as well, what high ground do we have? What ground can we stand on to say that we actually have any kind of say at all? Because are we willing to fight that hard to save another life? So if that's the case, why are abortions still being performed? But what about the life of the mother? We all use the same excuse. It's like a lame excuse. The life of the mother is threatened. Of all the babies and women you see and children that haven't been born yet, is every woman's life at risk? Every woman needs to potentially have a potential aborted fetus to be taken out of them. Come on. How did they survive before that time? What about the time of Adam and Abraham and all these guys? What about those times? The stuff that happened, the life being taken back then was not as well. Let me change this up. We were made perfect before in Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden because of choices we made to disobey God. Okay, having the lust of the eyes, lust of the flesh, and pride of life. We chose wrong through Eve and Adam, and we inherited the sin issue from them, which started from Satan causing trouble in heaven and tempting our forefathers and mothers to make us do this thing that we do right now. We then decided to be this way. And some of us repented and changed. And I say us because, we are them, they are us. We're still all one human race, right? And here we are.
In 1 mile, take a slight right turn to merge.
So we live in this life now. And we're trying to survive and make it in this life. We want to invest in the market, invest in this. We want to do everything. We want to do everything but be poor and suffer and die in pain and stuff. We don't want to die. We want to live forever. Okay, including this Jeep that's cut in front of me right now. Don't do that, my friend. We want to live forever. We want to do everything good. We want to have a nice, happy, strong life with everything working perfect. But what about the other lives that need to be cared for and taken and succored, to help and nurtured? We have to do those things too. We can't neglect one and say the other is better. We can't be respected persons. All life matters. All life is important. Whether it's law enforcement, civilian, military, we all need to do. We're going to Florence right now. We're going to I-95 also north in Florence. We're cutting through some of the areas still. Heading to Charleston, North Carolina. So I'm saying, hey, my trucker bros. Okay, they're coming out here and there, they're coming out here and there, they're coming out here and there. They're coming out all
Use the right lane to take a slight right turn to merge onto I-95 North, then merge onto I-95 North.
They gotta come out one way or the other, right? They gotta make it. So trucker bros, I can't get to be with them as yet, but I had a little bit of stuff with them, practice here and there, but can't do with them all the time. But I love to see them, look at them. And these truckers, God bless you guys. I pray for you guys to have strength and endurance and patience, and hope people are patient with you guys.
Merge onto I-95 North.
Since after learning to drive trucks, I don't try to go in front of them and do that stuff anymore. I treat them differently. I drive differently now because of what I learned from them, how dangerous the job is, how risky it is, and at the same time how much they have to sacrifice in Nigeria just to bring us our goods and services. So I'm saying they are the lifeblood of the country in many ways, bringing us all kind of stuff from heavy trinket and toy to heavy equipment that's used in hospitals and stuff like that. Trucks, vehicles, data files, all the stuff, computers, everything. Through these vehicles, all the iPads, phones you're getting, trucks, planes, buses, trucks, but logistics. So I'm saying these guys are doing the work there, and it's like, you know, there are battles here, and there's some battles, people drinking, smoking, or getting involved in the road and getting access and harming people, harming themselves. But you have also them that are doing the work, who are doing it legally and properly, you know, and safely, and sometimes it's a thankless job. So I'm saying is that we got to give them a lot more credit and thing too, you know. We're going back to the abortion thing and other stuff. If we want to preserve life and save life and have life endure, we have to start from when life is conceived. From the time God allows that spark to happen between the sperm and the egg, right? That's life right there. It starts. God gives it. So who are we today trying to take it away? For those who have done it in the past, and that, as, you know, God can forgive you if you did it unknowingly or wrongly, you know. But for those who do it and celebrate it, that's not good. God is not pleased with such behavior. I'm not perfect myself to say I'm sitting in a place of judgment to judge you and say this and this and that. I'm saying I'm not perfect in my life. You're not perfect yourself. We're all humans, but we all need to survive and help each other. You know? And we got to do what's right in the meantime. So abortion is wrong. Just plain and things. It's wrong. Let me say the same life of the mother or the child. Save the life of both. Try to save the life of both if you can. But don't try to delete a child or children because it's inconvenient. We should never do that. All of us could have been an inconvenience in this life. To our parents, as well as to the community, to the world, to nature, to nations, including to the country. Some people right now like to hit the bomb and blow up the whole world. They could, right? Drop nuclear. They say, oh, it's mad, right? Mutually assured destruction if you launch nuclear weapons on both sides of the country. Some people actually want that still. They say we're like vermin on the earth. We're too much. They need to exterminate us. We need to depopulate the earth. Why? God made the earth to be inhabited. God made all of us to live and to have a beautiful life, a wonderful life. So why would we want to get rid of this life? Why would we want to get rid of people? We need people. You know how lonely and boring it'd be to have a life, a whole big country around and nobody around to talk to and to chill with, to relax with. How do you have children? How do you be? Look at the joy you have from children, to able to see them grow up and live and to enjoy themselves. What would we have? You know? No friend, nobody to talk to. There's some things we just need to hear a little pat in the back, a little hug. Somebody said, yeah, I hear you. Someone to understand, to relate to us. That's what God told Adam. It's not good for the man to be alone. We need a helper. We need someone else. We are each other's helpers. We are each other's keepers. We need to help look out for each other, our brothers and sisters. We need to be there for each other. You know, we are here. We're in need. We're all essential to each other. We need each other. Life without other people is boring and dull and deadly, actually. We never last. And that's why God loves us so much. He wants to be with us. He's our brother. He wants to be with us. Your brother is also our father. He's our creator. He's our keeper. He says, come, I want to dwell amongst you. And he always says, come, let's reason together. Come talk to me, reason together. As I saw some signs on the side of the road, there's like tattoo to a tree says, laugh, shine, hug. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People do some very interesting things. I seen them put signs up along some of the roadways saying other things like, you know, a little bumper sticker, a little sticker, a little thing in the car, a little something. A little booster. Hey, have a wonderful day. I love you. God bless you, everything. Who made them do those things? All the little things we do, all the little good you can do for someone, try it. Do it. Pass it on. Kindness. Show the love. Help your little brother and sister. Do all the good you can and just enjoy life, man. Because you know what it is? We can't turn back the clock. We can't go backwards. And we can live a life with regrets and I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that. But I'm like, what do we have right now? Okay, if we have something, work with it. Well, they don't have that. That's okay. You don't have to have everything perfect. Trucking rules. Working hard. Work with what you have. No. I don't have everything I want in this life right now, like in this year. Or do I? Is this what God had me intended to do and to be? I don't fully know. But I believe that whatever God has intended for me, it will happen if I pray and trust in Him to help me to be where I need to be. I said, Lord, can you please forgive me for my sins, everything I've done wrong, and please help me to be who I can be?
Help me to be all I can be. Help me to be the best me that you want me to be. Show me how to be the best me. Show me how to be the better me. So the same thing I ask for you. Lord, help the viewer and the listeners to help me be the best them, him or her. You know, when you're watching by yourself with your family or kids, you know, I say thank you for taking time to watch and listen to us and to work with us here. We say be the best you can be wherever you are in this life. Give God praise, enjoy, cherish everything you have, and just don't give up. Okay? We're headed to another state right now, Charleston, from Georgia. Well, we're already in South Carolina. State, you know, Charleston, South Carolina. We're already headed to South Carolina. We're headed to it. We're about 85 miles away, you know, an hour and a half. And it's like it's beautiful to see the roadway and stuff, you know, and everything there. But you may not be able to hear you may not be able to see anything right now, sights and sounds. So I'm gonna pause the video for a moment. I'll end it there, and I'll start another one again. Okay? I will do more. So I'm saying, God bless you. Thank you for keeping up with us. And I say, go out there and live your best life now. Live it, man. Live it. Don't stop. Don't give up. Like this truck is here, hauling. It's a thankless job. Sometimes you're doing so much. Maybe not enough pay, not enough rest and sleep, and so many different regulations and things on it. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to do it right now. To me, it looks too overregulated. Everything you do is so punitive. But I understand they want to make sure to do it for the safety features and safety aspect. Look at this one in front of me. I'm trying to put the camera this for a second. Look at this truck. He's carrying like palm trees here and there. I'm going north. He's going north too. He's bringing palm trees up further. It's beautiful. It's a lot of work. Now, one thing, and that's another thing about, but he should not be that close to the other truck in front. Okay? You should give yourself at least a good 400 feet plus. Pull back at least 4, 8, 10 seconds away. Don't drive so close because you can't stop like that on a dime. So he's driving too close, okay? They're doing it, the speed limit is okay, but too fast, too close. Now he's coming behind me. You know, it just, you know, I know sometimes you got to lock information and we can use the drag coefficient. But just saying, live the best life you can now. Go there, help your fellow brother and sister. Use turn signals as you did. Mr. Turn signals, he did it correctly nicely over there. Helping out each other. Share the road. Share the wealth. Share love. You know, share the space. You know? Share the heat, share the warmth. Everything you can, help each other, man. But don't give up. And don't treat each other bad. And take care of life from his infancy so he can be able to take care of it when he's older. And so that we will be taken care of as well. Okay? We eat. If we eat up ourselves, we have nothing left. A house divided against itself. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The Bible is true then, and it's just the same now. So, as I said, just stand clear. When moving, you see the back of the dump truck. Stand clear. Do what you gotta do. Keep it rolling. Be careful. Give space. And have fun. God bless you all. Take care.